Hi, everybody. It is day 44, and this is the beginning of a new day. And I have exciting news. I'm pretty psyched about what I was able to accomplish last night. Now let's get into it so I can tell you all about it. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. What I do today is important because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something that I've traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price that I have paid for it. I finished my first blog post last night. Yes! Yes, I did. I am happy. It took forever. Forever. Yeah. So, I am incredibly thrilled to have that blog post up on my website. It is over 2,000 words. It is long as hell. It has infographics. It has numerous sections. It has different languages in it. And it all comes from my brain dump and research that I did on what it means to be loved. It's that simple. So, I love the subject matter, personally. It focuses on the loved t-shirt. That's what it was all centered around for the Valentine's Day week. So I had a deadline to get that done last night, and I did, and I'm pretty damn happy about it. Thank you very much. So a lot of work went into it. I'm happy it's up and done. I don't know what else I could tell you about just the accomplishment of it. I can tell you what I learned. The learnings coming out of doing my first blog post on my Shopify website is, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I got to put my gloves on. It's a little chilly out in the garage today. It is negative 11 outside in Maple Grove, Minnesota today. So right outside the garage door behind me, it is cold as hell. So it is a little nippy in the garage this morning. I just wanted to let you know. And if you have a question as to why we choose to live in this weather, I don't have a good answer for you. Moving on. What I learned about posting a blog post to Shopify. It is not easy. My theme, my Shopify theme, that is the basic fundamental structure of my website, is not intended to be a blog platform. It is an e-commerce platform, meaning I can sell stuff on it. Blog platforms are structured a little differently and a little more friendly to accommodate content, meaning image, videos, text, that kind of stuff. Shopify isn't really structured for that. And I found out the hard way the limitations of what come with trying to put a blog post on Shopify. The biggest challenge was formatting issues. It's not as bad as it used to be as far as putting content on a website. It used to be much more challenging, so I can't rip it too bad. But this day and age, to not have a undo button, come on, man. That needs to be fixed. Numerous times that I did something to the content that I didn't want to do, and it should have been an easy one click, but it wasn't. I had to go back and I had to delete everything I did, or I had to reformat what I did. So it was a pain in the ass, bottom line. It took me twice as long, probably, to put that blog post on my site than it normally would. And the reason I say twice as long, because I do this every day at my 9 to 5. This is what I do. I build content for Homes for Heroes. So yeah, I was not pleased with the process and the time necessary to put it on there due to all of those limitations. So I'm going to look for a Shopify app or add-on that I could potentially plug into my website that might help with some of these issues. I did do some research early on because I was worried that this could be a potential problem. There aren't a lot of great blog building options out there. I mean, there are some tools, but just in the snapshots that they provide of what their product does for you, it seems pretty limiting and archaic and not really up to speed with current layouts, current visual depictions of content. So I know there was one builder that looked halfway decent, but you couldn't incorporate your products with it. So that was a different add-on that you had to do. So I was looking for the all-encompassing package, I guess, to take care of some of these issues, and there really isn't one for blogging. So I was a little disappointed with that. I will be submitting feedback to Shopify. I think there are opportunities for them to really start building out some content-friendly apps for their platform and start hiring some of that stuff out and get some talent to build some stuff for them, because there aren't a lot of options right now. And even WordPress now has a drag and drop platform that you can just build blog posts very easily with. So they're going to have to catch up. Shopify's going to have to figure that out because that's where it's going. So, anywho, I had some issues with that last night. That was a little problematic and time consuming. So, I didn't get my blog post up until it must have been about 1:30 last night, 1 o'clock last night. So, I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to spend some time with that. But it was great to get it up. I'm happy it's up. What else can I tell you? I think that's pretty much it from a learning standpoint. So Shopify was a pain in the butt. I think it took it just fine. It renders on mobile just fine, which is a big deal. Make sure your website is optimized for mobile. Make sure your images are showing up the way they're supposed to. That's one thing. The image options that they provide are not super friendly. They're static dimensions, and they minimize the hell out of the image too, so it's almost pixelated. So all of those presets that's built into my theme are not working real well for me. So it's going to take some tinkering for me to figure it out. But more time to spend on that, more to come. Right now it's just up and I'm happy. I need to give thanks to my wife, who spent time with me late last night proofreading. She gave it a once over and gave me some good recommendations on some tweaks. And, I just appreciated that. So thanks, honey. That was really nice. Helped me get it done. And, I like to represent myself and True Mydentity well. So having those errors or typos fixed is a good thing. So thank you. What's next? To-dos that are next. I would say I need to add another product because I didn't do it last night. And I also need to take a clip out of these existing videos. So I've got 44 videos now after I post this one. I'll have 44 videos, and each one I talk about a word. So those word clips need to be cut out of each video. So I have 44 new videos that I need to create. And those 44 videos will be going to True Mydentity's YouTube channel. There's going to be some production time that's going to have to go into that. So one, I'm going to have to cut them out, right? Format it. And then I'm going to, ideally, build an introduction to that video. So it'll be a little more eye-appealing, pleasing, more in line with True Mydentity versus just me throwing this video together like I am now and posting it to YouTube. So it'll be produced a little better. At least that's my vision. We'll see how time consuming that is, because I keep chewing up all this time, but there's only so much time to chew up. So, and then I'd also like to have a nice closing on each of those videos too. So if I need to give credit to anybody or add a nice visual at the end, link back to True Mydentity. So I'm going to start to build those out, and I need to figure out what that looks like. So that's next phase, if you will. What else can I tell you? I'm blanking. I was up late last night. Well, let's just talk about the word. Word of the day today is awesome. And I got to be honest, I was a little hesitant to include awesome on True Mydentity's website, because my first perception that popped into my head when I thought about somebody who purchased or was wearing an awesome t-shirt was that's a little closer to bragging, I think, than maybe other t-shirts that True Mydentity offers. So listen to me rip on one of the t-shirts that I'm trying to sell. I'm just being honest. That is one where people could perceive it in a way that you may not want them to. Here's my take on that, though. I think you have to be a little more brave to wear the awesome t-shirt. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But when you really think about it, and I've talked about this several times now, each and every one of us is awesome. And I can say that comfortably because there is nobody else like you. You are a unique entity. You are one of a kind. That alone is awesome. And you have every right to wear that shirt simply because of that. Because the definition of awesome is extremely impressive, which I believe that is. There is nothing else like you. I think that's pretty damn impressive. Or greatly inspiring, right? So, inspiring admiration. Let's put it that way. You are admired by others due to who you are, what you do, what you've accomplished. So, I think everybody is awesome, and I think everybody has the right to wear that shirt, and that's just my own 2 cents. I can understand why you wouldn't want to, because of how people may perceive it. But again, it's not intended for other people. It's intended for you. And if you get out of bed in the morning and you step in front of the mirror and you're wearing an awesome t-shirt, maybe that is exactly what you need to see after you rub the sleep out of your eyes and open your eyes for the first time in the light and you're blinded and shit, I am awesome. Maybe that is exactly what you need to see to kickstart your day. Maybe that is exactly what you need, is the spark, the catalyst to really fire you up to go and do what you need to do. That is why it's on TrueMydentity.com. And that, I believe that because we all have that, because we are all awesome to some degree, we have our own gifts and traits and abilities and beliefs and values and all of those intricacies coming together to make us who we are. We are incredibly complex creatures. And if you're looking at the definition of awesome, we are awesome. Every single one of us. And I just don't have any other way of trying to justify that to somebody who may say that it's, bragging or inappropriate or why do you think you're so great or whatever. I think that's the reality of the situation. So that's my 2 cents. And if you feel like an awesome t-shirt fits you and you would like to own that and you would agree with my perspective, and maybe you have your own perspective, where you think it fits. But I think you should grab that True Mydentity t-shirt and wear it and own it and be proud of it. I gotta admit, I chose awesome primarily because I feel flipping awesome getting that blog post done today. It was so time consuming. It took forever. I don't know if you guys have been watching all my videos, but I have been talking about that for weeks. It's ridiculous. Because I was just picking at it like a freaking piranha, just little bite by bite, just trying to knock it out. So I'm glad it's done and it feels good. That's the other thing about awesome, right? Is accomplishments. It feels good to get something done. To me, it feels awesome to have that blog post done. And I feel like that whenever I'm proud of what I've done, what I've built, and I'm proud of this blog post. I am. I think it will do well. That doesn't mean it's going to. In the world of content, it's all hit or miss. It is throwing darts at a dartboard, and you can put the best strategic thinking together and the best research put together, but it may not work. That's just the reality of content. It may not resonate with your audience. The end product may not be what your audience is looking for. And that's how it works. I think, legitimately, it's a good piece of content. And I think people will find it in search, and I think people will read it, even though it's 2,000 plus words. I don't know that for sure, but I'm willing to roll the dice on it. And I'm hoping it's not just my mom reading it because she loves me. I hope there's at least 2 other people that want to read it. Mom, I love you. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the support. But that was the other reason why I chose awesome. I am feeling really good about it, and it feels awesome to have it done, and I think it's an awesome blog post. So enough about me and enough about my blog post. You are an awesome person. You are awesome because there is nothing like you. Your unique mix of everything you've got is awesome. And use that today. Get something done. Accomplish something. Get closer to reaching your full potential. And I'm Luke Feldbrugge with TrueMydentity.com. If you get a second, go over to the website. Check it out. Grab a t-shirt for yourself. If it's awesome, perfect. And don't forget to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that bell so you get notified every time I put a video out. And that is it. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk again tomorrow.